Hello, my friends. I'm going to be doing a reaction and review today to an entire album. It is called The Act, and it's by a band called The Devil Wears Prada. Now, this has traditionally been, this band rather, has traditionally been a very aggressive metalcore band. I really got into them when they released Tragic Blues, which was their previous album, but then I kind of started exploring their older stuff as well. Dead Throne obviously was a big hit, and yeah, I just really love their old stuff. It's very heavy though, and for people who are not interested in metal, definitely this will not be your forte. This is like on the extreme end, in my opinion, on the extreme end of screamo. Like this guy, his screams are just pretty brutal. So and I guess the benefit to that, you might think, why would you listen to that then? But if you get used to screamo, the benefit of having such brutal screams is it puts a lot of different emotions in it, especially with this particular vocalist. He goes kind of all over the place with his screams. Anyways, this is called The Act. You see the album artwork. I think it's really cool. It looks like it's going to be a heavy record, but we'll see. According to the comments and according to the band, they're going in a different direction. So we'll get into it now here. First song is called Switchblade. First time listening to it, so this should be interesting. Kind of weird. Not bad though. Pretty heavy start. Oh. That's pretty intense. Kind of good, but it's also kind of weird. But I do like this part. That's a nice little kind of marching beat. That's weird. Just kind of almost seems very abrupt. Like that part, at least. Okay, that was not bad. Wasn't my favorite song. Pretty heavy, I would say, just to start off the album. The scream right at the end there was pretty intense. And it's a prime example that song was just intense. very intense, aggressive screams. To the point where, like, most of the time, because I listen to screamo, I can understand a majority of the screams, but in this band, it's like I have a hard time trying to understand what this guy is saying. And in that sense, too, I will not try and dissect the lyrics because I wasn't really paying attention to the lyrics. I couldn't hear them anyway, so. But it's called Switchblade. We'll go on to the next track. Okay, next track is called Lines of Your Hands. I've heard it before. This is one of their singles. I didn't mind this. This was the first single they put out. Wasn't a huge fan of. Actually, I wasn't a huge fan of all 3 singles that they put out. Though I will say, it's not bad. Like I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it at the same time. But Lines of Your Hands is the second track. So it starts out with just like kind of synth start and intense screamo vocals again. Won't you slide back? Like that. But I mean, these songs are growing on me. These singles that they put out. I do like the clean vocals on this one. They're coming up. I like the chorus there. Pretty catchy. The heavy part, but the part that I like the most about this song is coming up here where they have a female guest vocal. Not sure exactly who it is, but she has a very nice voice. And it's very interesting in this song too. Very nice voice, I think. Forever deja vu. Alright, there you go. That's Lines of Your Hands. It kind of, as far as the lyrics go, I think it's talking about, perhaps it's talking about the business of life. Sounds like I said business. Busyness of life. Kind of the whole, or what sticks out to me is "Won't You Sleep In?" That's the first line of the song. Avoid the clocks and the radio. You know, that's, I guess, just like reminds me of life for me and life for a lot of people. You know, we watch the news, we go on Instagram, we go on YouTube. Clearly, if you're watching this, and we make our lives really busy, and we don't just take time off and kind of do nothing. As you know, it seems weird to do nothing in a day, but it's actually, you know, when you're a super busy person, taking a day off and doing absolutely nothing can be helpful and can be a good thing. But that's what I think the song is about, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm just trying to find who the guest vocalist was, but I'm struggling. Yeah, haven't found it anywhere. Anyways, if you know, maybe you can comment on this video and let me know, let other people know. Very nice voice. I think it complemented the song, actually, oddly enough. And anyways, okay, on to the next track. What track is it? Chemical. Oh, I heard this one too. This one I think is pretty decent. Yeah, they're big into like synth stuff, which has been something they've done since the beginning. So it's pretty standard for them, and it's good. This is kind of a unique song, and I kind of like it, especially these verses. Kind of catchy.
Couldn't move, was frozen. I told myself it's all good, it's only chemical. It's only chemical. It's only chemical. I'm too shy to speak up, 'cause I have my reasons.
So it's fairly mellow again. Like I said, not what I expected, but I'm warming up to this song too. It'll get heavier too. I think they do it nicely too. Builds up nice.
There's a hole in my head, Mark, but I'm a long way from back when I couldn't move, was frozen. I told myself it's all good, it's only chemical. I want to scream, but it won't help. I've created my own hell, and it's only chemical.
Drops again, as you can hear.
From luck when I couldn't move, was frozen. I told myself it's all good, it's only
like in this song is how the vocalist goes between kind of screaming and singing. It's got that kind of vocal effect. He is singing, but it kind of just is on the verge of screaming. And it sounds kind of cool. Okay, next song, Wave of Youth. This is one I have not heard yet. I'm excited to hear this one, though I'm not sure what it's going to be like. I have a feeling it's going to be another kind of lighter song, just from the title. Let's see. Well, good start. I like it. Unique, I would say. I do like this. It's unique for the band, I would say, but good.
Broken glass wasn't the issue, was a catalyst, just a reason to an accident, a stroke of fate. I tried to hold it in, but
very emotional vocals.
I fought so hard not to drown.
Yeah, this totally reminds me of Billie Eilish style, but like heavy. I like this. Oh. Nice. I like this. Catchy. Yeah, definitely some catchy vocals for the chorus there.
I needed help, tried to hold it in, it wanted out, it wanted out. Now they are to tear me down. I fought so hard not to drown. Now they are to tear me down. Riding this wave of you, the pattern repeats the truth. You can't understand, it's happened again. Slipped out of my hands, it's my fault.
Ooh, did not expect that.
There's nothing left to give you.
They built it up, but then dropped it off before they
I guess it's
hit the
not
climax
enough,
there.
it's my fault.
Interesting.
Staring out as I begin to fall. It never was enough. I blame myself for everything. I fought so hard not to drop. I held the walls, you pulled the strings, and now it's all crashing down. So please remind me of who I'm supposed to be, 'cause now I'm fighting. It's tearing at the seams. Riding this wave of youth, the pattern repeats the truth. You can't understand, it's happened again. Slipped out of my hands, it's my fault. It's my fault. There's nothing left to give, you have it all. There's nothing left to give, you have it.
I actually really like that song. There's some very catchy vocals, some little bit of heaviness, but also a little bit of kind of, you know, the kind of their, well, you can see the transition there. Quiet, quieter stuff in this album is in there for sure, but it gets a little heavier, which is nice. I like that style, of course. As far as the lyrics, I couldn't really tell exactly what they're trying to say. These, the writers for this band, they write some pretty, I would say, some pretty deep stuff that maybe isn't clear. It's very contextual or contextualized to the person writing the song, and not exactly lyrics that you can really understand at first until you know the context. And at first listen, I couldn't really gather what that was about, but it was something about, well, obviously the title is Wave of Youth, but then the lyric that stood out there is "It's my fault." Something about, and there's nothing left to give, or something like that. So there's some sort of admission of guilt and accepting that there's nothing left. I'm not sure really what they're trying to say, but next song is called Please Say No. I've heard this one as well. This is probably one of my least favorite of the singles that they put out, of the 3 singles, and yet it's still growing on me too. These bands, they always grow on you. It's very much a slow song and like quiet and weird, and yet the vocals are so aggressive in this one too, like
Foot by foot down the stairs.
kind of weird.
No tinge of twilight.
But this one lyrically reminds me of, like, it makes me think of someone who's about to cheat on a spouse, but I'm not exactly sure. I'm just basing this off of the chorus as well. No, it's called Please Say No. And it's a nice vocal melody here. Nice clean vocals. But it was Please Say No, think about when she was in your arms. Yeah.
Let them bells ring as they did years ago. Let that choir sing.
Yeah.
And so it
The lyrics there, let them bells ring like they did long
goes.
ago.
Begs for
Sounds like wedding bells or something.
as they promise to reap, and so she begs to be employed down below. Please say no. Think about when she was in your arms. Down below, down below.
Yeah. But then there's talk about down below. That comes up a lot in this song. I don't know what that means.
When she was in your arms.
Perhaps there's a little bit of death involved.
Please say no. The forgiven in the place I take. The forgiven in the place I take. Think about when she was in your arms, down below. Please say.
Oh. They just end it with please say. Come on. Okay. Lyrically, okay, there's one part too at the end there, and it's like what is it? The priests are taking and the poor are, no. The poor are, let me just go back and listen to it again. Oh yeah, the poor are giving and the priests are taking, which is kind of interesting. What does that have to do with the whole song? Please say no. Maybe it's like corruption within the church, and he's saying, please say no, as far as like the religious leaders, please say no to corruption. I don't know. Anyways, just kind of an interesting. There's all these weird things going on in lyrically, and like this band typically goes lyrically. Well, they want emotional depth is what they're going for, and I think they do that well. Except for it just makes it hard to understand exactly what they're talking about. Okay, yeah, that song just keeps growing on me. Next song is called The Thread. Here we go. Heavy, you can tell already. Oh. Wow. That's super heavy but weird. Like, I kind of like it though. Big guitar part there. Yes, this is what I like about this band. Oh, yes. They always have good, clean vocals mixed in. Ooh, losing my okay, that's cool. I feel like the song completely changed. But coming back. Love the clean vocals there. That was a crazy song. Very much their old school style. I shouldn't say old school style. Their old style. That's what they kind of the music they used to play or used to write. And it's very heavy. It's good. I really enjoyed that song. Yeah. What else to say? Oh, the lyrics. The thread, it's called. I didn't really get what the thread had to do with it because I couldn't hear most of the lyrics. I did pick up a little bit, and it seemed to be talking about like the ceiling and how you can't get past the ceiling and you're stuck in this. Or no, not ceiling, feeling. That's what it was. I thought it was ceiling at first, but I think he says feeling. Stuck in this feeling, which makes a lot more sense. Yeah, it sounds like similar to kind of the Chemical song with, mental illnesses. That's becoming a big thing these days, especially in the metal genres, dealing with mental health and stuff like that, and like the feeling of being trapped mentally. Anyways, I think the thread must have been about feeling kind of confined into space, confined into a feeling or whatever. When will this feeling end? Type deal. Anyways. Okay, next song is called Numb, and it's by a band called Linkin Park. Just kidding. Numb by The Devil Wears Prada. Should be alright. Huh. Unique little distortion, like warbly effect there. I'm just gonna adjust my camera. Whoops. Okay, maybe I won't. Just leave it like that. Weird. And it completely fades out. That was a bizarre intro. But I like this part. This is nice.
Paint a picture in my head, yellow, black, and red. Use it as a disguise.
Piano. That's pretty different for The Devil Wears Prada. At least I think.
Clean bodies at rest. Pull the wool over my eyes. Over my eyes. Push me till the very end. This life was all but over when all of my
Nice
friends
vocals.
found their graves. Use me till there's nothing left, and shoot me with your medicine till I can't feel any more pain. I'm numb to this place.
What? Holy moly. I did not expect that.
Painting pictures of
Okay, that was kind of cool. It almost like fit. That's a weird thing. Like, I didn't expect it, and yet it almost fit the song.
turn this town off. You see right through me. Just turn this town off. So push me till the very end. This life was all but over when all of my friends found their graves.
Wow, this sounds like a dark song lyrically.
Till there's nothing left to shoot me with your medicine till I can't feel any more pain.
Oh, I'm numb to this place. Talking about friends who have died. Yeah, it's incredibly dark, but you know, some people are going through that, or like a lot of people are going through that, and it's hard, I'm sure. That scream. Crazy. I feel like the screamer, though, particularly hits the feelings of something like this song, like the lyrics talk about friends dying and how he's numb to this place. I think he's talking about the world. And like his screams, though, I feel like really capture the inner turmoil that people feel when they're going through things like grief and all sorts of different feelings. So that's why I like metal particularly, because it tends, in my opinion at least, tends to portray that very well, the kind of the dark feelings and the very aggressive screaming really plays at the heart as far as like anguish and stuff like that. So that was pretty good. I really like the play between kind of, it started off very light, but it just immediately went from like light to just crushing metal. And they did a good job of that. I'll have to say that. Okay, next song. Next song is called Isn't It Strange? I'm not even going to guess if this one's heavy or not, because my initial reaction with the title, the thread, was that it was going to be pretty soft, pretty light. It was heavy. Numb, I kind of expected to be heavy, and it was kind of in between. It was like quiet and then heavy and quiet and heavy. So I cannot predict based on the song titles. Here we go. Isn't It Strange? Yeah, I like it already. The synth plays a lot into their sound. Okay. I definitely didn't go where I expected it to go. Expected it to go. I can't talk anymore.
Am I the city center, or am I an island? Isn't it strange?
Here's a piano in there.
The doctor is running a few minutes late. No drip to compensate. Paper blanket pulled out straight. No room for debate. Nothing echoes within the corners. A door strange.
That's
Isn't
bass.
it strange?
Oh, and then it drops off to some nice piano.
The doctor is running a few minutes late. No drip to compensate. Paper blanket pulled out straight. No room for debate.
And that's the end of that song. It was a weird song. It's kind of interesting again. Like, the nice thing about this band is that, like, they've started to do some different things, and that one was just completely synth. Like, I don't think I heard any guitars in there, or drums for that matter. There was piano, but it was kind of a majority of it was synth type music. But it was kind of interesting. As far as lyrics go, I have no idea what that song was about. I heard something about the doctor is late, and there's no time for debate, or no, I don't know, something about no room for debate. So, who knows what that song was about. Okay, next song.
There's a
Diamond Lost, this one's called.
inside the earth, deep underground, within the dirt. I dig and dig.
Kinda sounds like it could be a
till
hymn.
my hands burn. But I'll never find her. If the season keeps like this, bone dry.
Not a huge fan of this one so far.
I'll send postcards. I don't even mean from here. The dam, the black stain. So where do I go if this is what's to be? How will it end without destiny? There's a diamond lost inside the earth, deep underground, within the dirt. I dig and dig till my hands burn, but I'll never find her. For some time now, love wanders out further and further. Deadbolt locked down, and they swear that the key was lost somehow. Where do I
Okay.
go?
Here comes the guitars. Don't think there's anything crazy coming.
Without destiny, I'm complicit, unable to retreat. So how will it end? What about me?
interesting song, not my favorite song. It was not bad, though. I'm sure it'll grow on me like the other ones. Lyrically, there's a diamond lost in the earth, or something like that. I dig and dig until my hands hurt? I can't remember. But then he said at the end, but I can't find her? I think. That's my guess. So maybe it's talking about love. Diamond Lost is the title, so perhaps it's talking about a diamond that was lost that this person can't find. Love, maybe, that was lost that this person can't get back or can't find again. That's just my guess. Anyways, next song. This one is called As Kids. This one, I feel like I expected this from the title. Again, piano.
It's now that the decades wash away. It's now that I accept the blame. A reason was never mentioned. I had nothing but good intentions. Remember the flashes, sky shining between the branches. It all seemed to be enough. It all seemed to be enough. Kids keeping like the wind without a care at all.
I do like their clean vocals in like most of the songs. They do a very good job of clean vocals.
Sticks, starting fires out in the woods. Voices insignificant. We were only young. It's now that the decades wash away. It's now that I accept the blame. A reason was never mentioned. I had nothing but good intentions. Introducing the stranger. Grimacing while we break our backs. Can I get a tiger to assume the duties of our age? Now there's no pain. Remember the flashes, sky shining between the branches. It all seemed to be enough. It all seemed to be. As kids, keeping like the wind without a care at all. As kids, back when we could hear the voices through the walls. Remember the flashes, the sky shining between the branches. It all seemed to be enough. It all seemed to be enough.
Okay, that was not bad. Didn't mind it. Again, the clean vocals, I think they do a good job of making them kind of catchy in the choruses, so that kind of helps. The lyrics seem to be reminiscing of the past when you're kids, life seems pretty easy. That's a typical thought that people have. Like, man, I wish I was a kid again. Life was easy back then. But it's kind of funny how people view their past as kind of the golden years. But, like, yeah, it's usually not as great as you think it was. Because if you look back, every time in your life, you're going through something, you're having hard times, you just forget about them as the years go by, and you look back and you say, yeah, those were good times. But in reality, we always have something that we're struggling with, or we always have some sort of hurdle that we're trying to get past. And life isn't always, or the past wasn't always as great as we think it was. And it is. There are good times for sure. There are great times in life. But we shouldn't reminisce too much about the glory days. Instead, we should really try and make the current moment last, and really try and embrace today. That being said, it can be hard. There are situations and circumstances that make it difficult. Like I said, there are hurdles that you face all the time, pretty much. Okay, next song. This one is called Even Though.
Even though you felt
Has
that
potential.
way, I was with the hurricane, looking out on what I made. It was then I felt the hammer, just an aperture chasing light. I foraged through the
Not sure what to think of this yet.
I was losing my sight, disconnected, uncorrected. New beds and new hotels, sent to remind me of our shared history. Even though
I like that. Wow.
I was with the hurricane, looking out on what I made. Even though you told me much before, some things I couldn't say, looking out on what I made. A story more intact, I'll try to provide, but with the constant mist, the haste to coincide, misrepresented, overextended, a new desk in a new office, sent to remind me of our shared history. Even though you felt that way, I was with the hurricane, looking out on what I made. Even though you told me much before, some things I couldn't say, looking out on what I made. The air was too heavy, all struggle and breathing. The ropes too tight, compounding while we sleep. The air was too heavy, the ropes too tight. The air was too heavy,
Kind of weird.
the ropes too tight. The air was
Not sure I really like that, but
you felt that way. I was with the hurricane, looking out on what I made.
well, that's kind of nice.
I made.
Gotta love that last scream at the end there. That was good. What can I say about that? I didn't really pay attention to the lyrics, so I won't say anything about the lyrics. That was okay. I didn't mind it too much. Next song. Okay, last song. Spiderhead. And I anticipate this one's gonna be... There we go. Double kick, double bass.
And early on in my sorrow face, a premonition beneath the sky, panning the landscape. Quick gusts across a barren desert, arms stretched to bring me closer. Arms stretched to bring me close.
Not too bad. Not super exciting though, in my opinion.
For it all to reverse, for it all to turn over, the crimson tone will deepen until October. For it all to reverse, for it all to turn over, the crimson tone will deepen until October.
Interesting. Kind of a weird breakdown. And that is the end of the entire album. That was not a bad song. It wasn't my favorite song on the album, but I will say that I would probably still buy this album just because it's very unique as far as their artistic style. It's very different for Devil Wears Prada. But it wasn't my favorite. It wasn't my favorite album, but it was still good at the same time. It's kind of this weird album, but I think it'll grow on me. Okay, I just listened to the album a second time. I took a little bit of time away from the album and listened to it a second time, and yeah, it is growing on me. I think it was definitely nothing that I expected, especially with the album art. If you see the album art, it's very creepy, but very kind of cool looking in my opinion. Definitely looks like something that a metal band would make, but it also makes me think that the album is going to be pretty heavy. I would say was not that heavy. and that's in some ways a good thing. In some ways, you know, if you're a big fan of their older stuff, then this is nothing like their older stuff. And I will say that I'm fairly new to the Devil Wears Prada. I really got into them when they released their Transit Blues album, which was the album previous to this one. But then I looked back as I got into Transit Blues. Then I also tried out some of their older stuff, and it's very heavy, but I really enjoyed it. And I really connected with that heaviness. So I really came to like their old style, their very aggressive style. And so I was kind of a little bit disappointed that there wasn't more of that on this album, especially with when I saw the artwork. I had hoped that it would, you know, that the band would go back to their old ways, but you have to progress, and they have progressed. I've heard a lot of long-time fans who have been with the band and have grown with the band, if that was the right way to say it. I've heard that they are really liking this, and I can see why. It's good music, for sure. It's very interesting. Like, there's definitely some different aspects. Like, they bring in the piano quite a bit in this album, and there's different things that happen in the album. Actually, my favorite song ended up being I just gotta find the lyric or the track titles. Numb, that's the one. Numb was I love that one because it's like, it starts out very, you know, nice and easy, and then like you don't expect it at all, but it just hits you right at the chorus. There's this heavy part, which was very cool. So overall, I think the album's worth the money for sure. I would say that it's just different than what I expected, and it's unique, and perhaps that's why it's worth the money, is because it's a unique venture that this band has gone on, and they're changing and adapting, so you can respect that for sure. Anyways, second listen, it's growing on me, and I'm sure it will continue. Anyways, take care. We'll see you again for who knows what album is coming next. Though I hear August Burns Red is making their 8th album, and they perhaps are done. So I'll be excited for that one. That's my favorite band. So, anyways, take care. See you.